Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Luck is in the building. I am back for more. Y'all probably thought I was gone, quit, ran out, got ran off. Nah, man. I've been in the cut. Waiting for my, what does it call it? My triumphant return. That's what I was waiting on, man. You know, it feels good to be back in here, man. It's been a lot going on in the month or so that I've been out of the way. You feel me? I've been, working and shit. It's a lot of negativity going on in the world, but I'm gonna start off with something positive. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to start off with some positivity. And I just want to shout out all of the graduates, man. Whether it's kindergartners, fifth graders going to middle schoolers going to high schoolers going to college, people graduating from college, you know, getting degrees and whatnot, man. Like, it is super dope that, you know, y'all still was able to push through even with all this corona stuff going on and having to be in the house the last 2 months pretty much. And the last 3 months pretty much. But just to focus and still be able to you know what I'm saying, still be able to do what you need to do to graduate, man. That is super dope. It is highly respected. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, it's just good to see, man. It's heartwarming to see people still get stuff done, even when tough times is going on, you know. So shout out to y'all. I'm gonna sip this Deleon for y'all one time. Cheers. And yeah, man, here we go, man. On to them killing another one of us, man. Unarmed. It's unarmed black man. Complete nonsense, man. To even have to keep going through this. You know, and the dudes got, well, the main dude got what? Bumped up to second degree, and the other ones got aiding and abetting a murder. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's a step forward. It's better than administrative leave, paid administrative leave, and you gotta, you get to damn it, pretty much keep your job, or you get laid off with some type of pension plan still going on for you. Like this needs to be, addressed. It's difficult to talk about. It's difficult to see. You know what I'm saying? Being a black man and seeing how some people would just kill you for no reason, and as somebody tweeted earlier that all of the rioting is the only reason they got the charges is up to where they at, that second degree. And I was like, there's so many factors involved, and rioting is not one of them. Them protests people is doing is very big. The outcry from the community for change, people calling governors and trying to get district, Jay-Z is what I'm talking about, calling the governor of Minnesota to get, to make sure they get the district attorney involved to take care of this and get it going. It's bigger than just destroying shit. It's for things to really change. Rioting is not going to do it. Burning up cities and, all that shit, that ain't going to really move the needle. It's going to get you some attention. And, but you definitely, it's got to come from the higher up and trickle down. Only way it's ever going to change. At that, and, the police policies on how they, prosecute their own, or the government, how they prosecute their own. That's got to be changed. That's got to be addressed. It's going to be difficult to, I think, in the heat of a moment, try to say that somebody intentionally did something, but I think that's in terms of like shooting somebody, or even if you fighting with them and you accidentally break their neck or whatever the case may be. But standing on have your knee on somebody's neck and looking at the camera, I mean, you can't prove intent, but that's enough. That should be enough right there to put in jail for second degree. I think second degree is like 25 years is the minimum, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But he should get the whole thing. I don't give a damn. And the other ones who's a part of it, whatever the max is for aiding and abetting, you get the max on that too, because you got to prove a point at some point. And then it can't just keep being slaps on the wrist and people getting off for doing whatever they want. But shout out to all the peaceful protesters. And then all the lames that take advantage of times like this to decide that they want to loot and burn shit down for their own good. It was to a point this time where niggas was posting on social media what cities they was going to hit and what stores they was going to hit. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with a black man dying. That's all greed. That's all what you want to do. And I will say this. Let me say this, because I find this funny. The way it's all portrayed is pretty hilarious, because on the news, they pretty much kind of show the protests being peaceful, and then when all they show is a lot of black people, and then they go on straight to the violence, the looting, right? And that's the image they try to put out there. But black people try to put out the image that it's not them doing it, it's white people doing it, or it's other races doing it. But it's black people still doing it. It's black people for sure doing it. And, you know, everybody is involved. Everybody, the government, I think, be putting people out there to do stuff. Black people looking for a come up, white people looking for a come up, people looking for attention. You know, some people maybe some people out there that's actually honestly doing it because they're just upset about what's going on. They feel like that's the only way. And I respect that. If you feel like destroying Target and Walgreens in a pandemic where there ain't really much that we can get as is the right way to do it. I'm not even talking about the business themselves. I'm talking about the people who need the stuff in there, or the people who work there. If that's how you feel, that's your way of doing it, it's all good. I'm not knocking you. You feel me? I think you need a balance of both. You need the protests to be peaceful, and then you need to fuck up, you know, some of the government shit. Burn City Hall to the ground. Fuck up the police department. Burn cop cars. You want to fuck some shit up. Federal buildings and shit like that. That's how you hurt the government. You're not really hurting the businesses unless you're like a mom and pop. And I think there's a lot of black owned businesses that's been affected by this too. Cause there's a lot of black owned businesses that started from the ground up and probably ain't got insurance, or just getting by on just, you know, saving their money and taking a gamble that nothing happens to their establishment. It's a lot of variables to it. But at the end of the day though, you feel me? No matter what your stance is, we should all care about the common end, which is this police brutality and the killing of unarmed black men. It makes absolutely no sense, no matter what side of the line you on. It shouldn't be happening. And, you know, another thing I was seeing is just the division amongst people, especially my African American brothers and sisters. And I'm saying that the goal, we all have one goal, man. End of the day, we all have one distinct goal. That's what we want done, right? And just because one person doesn't agree with your method to get into that goal does not mean they're a coon or they're against y'all. Or, and I know that's like the first thing. Oh, if you say anything not in line with what other niggas is thinking, you're a coon. There's something wrong with you, bruh. You can both have two different points of views and still want the exact same thing done at the same time. It is not impossible for that to happen, but a lot of people, especially online, make it seem like it's just impossible for that to ever happen. You can never have two different ways of getting to the exact same place, and that's nonsense within itself. But you know, it's sad, man. George Floyd and all that, man. But in some ways, it has brought, I think, a lot of people together that haven't been on the same page, because, you know, it's happening. You feel me? It's something that we can't just act like it ain't happening no more. That just is what it is. Man, like, with so much going on. I got all of these things in my notes, but I kind of just covered pretty much mostly what I wanted to say about a lot of these. I mean, the pandemic is still going on. Shelter in place is still going on. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot more cases of this coronavirus going on. Because you got people out in droves and hundreds of thousands, protesting. Some with masks, some without masks. And but I was thinking about how when this all when everything kind of start opening back up, that the reservation game is going to be strong. You used to be able to just go, oh, I want to go to Thang-Long tonight. I mean, you could call ahead, but on the most nights, you feel me, on a Wednesday, you could just drive out there, you feel me, wait about 15, 20 minutes, get up in there, it's good to go. But with this new shit now, and they can only have a certain amount of capacity in the establishment, it's going to be tough to get out. You feel me? I think there's going to be a lot more people cooking at home and finding more effective ways to date, because the whole, even going to bars is going to be different. And I know a lot of people are still going to do it. They ain't going to give a shit. You know, they're going to go in the large settings and all that. It's just going to be taking your chances, just like with anything else. But stuff that you want to do, you want to go out with your friends for your B-Day, you know, have a nice dinner, you're going to have to reserve that. And I wonder, at one point or another, are they going to kind of enforce like a time limit for how long you can even be in a restaurant? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to try to maximize the $8 to get as many people in as they can. And because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the mighty dollar. That's really all it's all about. A lot of people, they not, I seen somebody put it on there, but then I seen my nigga Mo say it too. Like, they ain't opening the country back up because, you know, it's safe. It's definitely not safe. We still masked up and it's sick. It's a lot. But end of the year though, people gonna start doing what they want to do. It's just part of the game. So last month we got to get that Jordan documentary, and if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to drop sometime around now. Maybe this coming Sunday. I think it was supposed to be like the first episode. That's when it was supposed to come out after the NBA Finals was pretty much over, and this was going to drop. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. That was a well put together documentary. A lot of people don't believe a lot of this stuff, and there's going to be a lot of, you know, it's one-sided. It's always going to really make Mike kind of look better than what he may be in real life. But again, it was well put together, 10-part. I couldn't wait to watch it every Sunday for them, 5 weeks that it was on. And but you know what I found funny about it? And a couple of people had kind of mentioned that he dropped it because Bron beat the 73-9 Warriors. He dropped it because, or somebody would say he was dropping it because he was kind of becoming irrelevant, which would never happen. That man got, everybody in the world got his shoes on his feet. He would never be irrelevant. But I think, and I'm pretty sure that's when they kind of put the whole thing in play. That whole 73-9 versus the Cavs right there, right? Whether the Warriors would have won that series, or how it turned out how it did with the Cavs winning the series, this documentary was coming out. The plan was to show you that no matter what you think about these new players are,